Hey everybody, and welcome to the MisterVince channel. I'm so glad you're joining me here today for my very first podcast. We have a very special guest with us here in the studio today. Everyone, please welcome Meg Shuba.
Hey Vince, how are you?
Meg Shuba is here from Body Poetic Yoga. And if you've been following my journey on Instagram or here on the MisterVince channel, then you know that I'm going on a journey of yoga teacher training, which I'm very excited about. And I'm being part of Meg's program. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about her program and get to know her a little bit better. So welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. I'm just in awe of you and your craft and how you lead others. So it's a pleasure to sit with you.
Thank you. I'm really excited about everything we're going to talk about. And of course, the training that's going down this coming year. So first of all, let's talk about Body Poetic a little bit. So I love those two words together. As an actor, as a director, how does that work together, the body and poetry? I know you love poetry, and it's a huge part of your teaching. So how did that come to be, and what does that mean?
Yeah. So I'd been teaching for probably several years until one of my students just came up to me, and she's like, I love your classes so much. I don't know what it is, but it feels like poetry for my own body. And then after that, I had several other students that said things along the similar lines, where they're like, I don't know what it is, but this class has so much nuance to it. I just don't go in hitting a warrior two or taking a chaturanga, but there's, you speak about literature, you speak about nature, you speak about philosophy, all within one class. So I like to say I didn't choose the name. It literally was given to me by my students who said that's how they felt when they left a class of mine.
I love that. And the body as poetry, moving the body and letting it be lyrical. How does that work into your sequencing and everything?
I want everything to feel so smooth and so innate for people. So at the end of class, you're like, did 60 minutes just go by? Because I was just in this state of body, mind, all is one. I want the way we move from the top of the mat to the back of the mat to be seamless. The words that I use or the experience that I put you through, just to be almost like a movie. Like there's a plot and there's a narrative, and then we come off of that, and then we're soothed, and then we leave, and we're like, what just happened?
Yeah. I love that. I love when the time just flies and all of a sudden it's like, okay, everybody lay down. It's time to lay on our backs. I'm like, really?
Right? The time flies for you. The time flies for me. And those that are my colleagues or those that study with me, they laugh because they're like, Meg, you in 60 minutes, like that's a hard thing because I can go forever. Like I just want to keep going and going. There's just so much about yoga.
So let's talk a little bit about creating your methodology and how that came to be. So we know Body Poetic, we know the origin of that now. So why is it important for a yoga teacher to brand themselves or to create their own methodology? What's up with that?
Well, it's not very common. So those that don't know this, yoga is a practice that could even be around 3,000 years old, stemming from India with influences from a lot of different places and people. Most people are going to learn just a traditional way to sequence a class. So we're going to be seated, then we'll be standing, then we'll do sun sals, then we'll balance on a foot, then we'll twist the body, and then we'll sit. For me, I didn't go about it like I want to create something different. It just happened. So when I started teaching, whatever was in my mind to create this beautiful story, and that's really how I think of it, as a story every single time with my words and my music and my poses, that it just happened to be created on its own, and it didn't come into a methodology per se until I created a yoga school. And I'm like, whatever's going on in my head, I have to put this down on paper so others can then learn how to do it as well.
There is something magical, though, about you and the other girls that are, and I say girls because I've only met your girls.
Yeah, we got men, we got women, but
There's all types. But, and now I'm about to be one of them as well.
Yes, you are.
But there is something unifying about all of you.
Yeah.
If you take your class, Olivia's class, Brooke's class, it feels familial. It feels like you're all cut from the same cloth. So what is it? Can you name the thing that sets you apart?
I would say first, I give people that take training with me, I give you a format. So when you leave training, you're like, I feel very competent that I can lead a yoga class. So I give you parameters. So what I like to use the metaphor as, I'm going to give you the bones and the structure to your house. And then you get to be like an interior decorator, and you get to decide, am I going to design it modern? Am I going to do it like boho, farmhouse style? And then you get to, inside of this format, you get to be your own artist. Mm-hmm. So there's still something that we all follow, but then there is this room and this license to be your own artist as well.
It does feel very artistic, I have to say, just in the sequencing, but also in the choices of music, the aesthetic of Body Poetic. It feels very artistic and spiritual in a way.
Yeah, I mean, we even sequence playlists. Mm-hmm. So we don't just throw songs together. Everything that we do is intentional, to the song that we play at minute 3, to the song that we play at minute 33, to what I'm going to say to you at minute 8, to what I'm going to say to you at minute 28. And, you know, I'm very blessed, and, you know, the teachers that you have taken with, they are meant to do this work, so it comes out just so fluidly.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about Costa Rica. So Costa Rica is where our yoga teacher training is going to be taking place. First of all, it starts online. It starts on Zoom. So really anyone from any location could take this program. You could start on Zoom and then go with the group to Costa Rica. So why Costa Rica, and specifically why the area that you've chosen?
Yeah. So for the 200 hours, which is your level 1 teacher training, like you said, we have 3 modules online. So 3 weekends, you can live anywhere and gather with us online. And we'll do a lot of like the lectures and like the heady parts where we need to sit and write notes. And then we are together for 2 weeks in Costa Rica. And Costa Rica, if you've never been, is a container for transformation, because you are put in the jungle. Specifically, we're going to the Nicoya Peninsula, which is one of the world's blue zones. So there's that something special to it as well. And we are in a pretty secluded area. So we're not in tourism. We are like out on our own at this beautiful retreat center. And there's jungle, there's howler monkeys. We're on a beach that's just for us. There's a butterfly garden, there's waterfalls. So when you are so deeply connected to the outer nature, that gives you like all the potency to connect to like your inner one.
Yes. And knowing you and your teaching style, I know you would probably say that you actually don't need any of that to practice.
I think I've said that in the class before.
You don't need to go on a yoga retreat to feel spiritual or something like that. Yeah. But you don't need to be a yoga teacher to even feel what you need for your body. You've said that before too.
Yeah.
So then why? Why do we need to go? Give us the pitch.
I love it. You know, there is something about teacher training, whether you are doing it to teach or you're doing it to be like, I want to find more about this yoga thing or about myself, and to put yourself in a container where it's immersive, where you don't have to worry about like, is my alarm going to go off? Do I have to go to the grocery store? We feed you. You don't have to worry about anything. Someone comes in and makes your bed, and you get to wake up in the morning, and all you have to do is put your mind on mantra and yoga practice and chats with the group and labs that we find out about how to like relate to our body. It just puts you into a level that is so, so deep. Most people that take the training, we've had people take it when they're 17. We've had people take it when they're in their mid-70s. And they say it's the most transformative experience that they've ever been through.
I do think that vibes are important when you are taking a class or picking a retreat or picking a training, because it can really make or break your experience. I've been to many studios where the vibe completely killed my practice. People talking before class or people just joking around or not taking it as seriously can really bring down your concentration. And so in the same way, I'm sure that the teacher training is similar. You know, when you take away all those distractions, you kind of put yourself in a new situation, a new, you know, in theater, we call it ensemble when you're working with people one and the same. And it's kind of like that. You're building a cohort of people to work together. So that sounds magical almost.
It is. And you learn this word in your first level of training, and it's bhavana. And we on the inner, like, Body Poetic BP verbiage, we say it's the bhav. Bhav means it's the mood, it's the vibe. And we've already spoken about, like, when you've taken a class with us, there is a bhav, there's a mood. Whether it's we light a certain incense smell, or we have a certain song play, or a piece of literature read, it all points to whatever vibe we're creating. And Costa Rica in itself does have that, like, moody vibe, and it's quiet at times, and then all you hear is, like, the monkeys waking you up. It's like no other.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So I want to talk some more, but we're going to take a quick break, so we'll be right back after this. Let me tell you about today's sponsor, Hungry Root. You know, when you're going through an intensive training like Body Poetic's yoga teacher training, the last thing you want to worry about is meal prep. Hungry Root delivers healthy, customized groceries right to your door with simple recipes that actually taste amazing. If you guys know, you've been watching my channel for a while, then you know that I've used them since 2017. It's like having a personal nutritionist and chef combined. And right now, Hungry Root is offering my viewers 30% off your first delivery plus a free gift for life. Just go to hungryroot.com and use code VINCE30 at checkout. Trust me, if you're juggling training, work, and life, this is a game changer. That's hungryroot.com, code VINCE30. All right, guys, welcome back. Let's get back into the conversation with Meg. So let's talk a little bit about your students, specifically like former students that have been through the Body Poetic training, the program, worked with you. Can you tell me about someone who maybe came into the program thinking one thing about themselves and then left transformed? Let's talk about the transformation that this program can bring to somebody.
Yeah. I don't think there is one person that hasn't left the program not finding something new about themselves. And it's, I don't want to take credit for that. I want yoga to take full credit for that. Because really, and a lot of people don't know this about yoga teacher training. The myth is that you go to learn how to do crow pose and headstand. And the funny thing is, the very first couple days, we don't even talk about that. We are talking about the precepts, which are ways to live your life. And it's compassion, it's nonviolence, it's non-reactiveness, it's openness to all perspectives. That really is the root of yoga. Yoga, before all these postures came, was philosophy. Like, why am I here? And how can I live a really full life? So I'm just like the conduit, and I'm just here to share with students and to open their eyes. Like, this is what they were doing 5,000 years ago, you know? And then my job is to, like, put the spin on it and to, like, put a modern flair. Okay, that worked back then. What can work for me now? So I think everyone, whether it's a little amount or a big amount, that has some sort of change, because we're studying how to be in the present moment, which I'm still studying. I'm still studying how to do that, and how to be slow on my responsiveness. I think it's a lifelong practice. So, you know, I think people go in and they think yoga teacher training is one thing, whatever that thing is. If they had in their mind, like, we're going to do so many push-ups, or we're going to have 1 million down dogs. Yeah, you're going to do a lot of down dogs, but you're also going to look at the world in a more spacious way. So I would say there's not one student. I think almost every student, if people come open, you know, like you said, it's a cohort. You're going to be having conversations. There's going to be differences on age and background and culture and views on the world that at night there's no way that you're going to go to bed fast because there's a lot, but you're going to be like, gosh, Vince said that. That's a lot different than what I've been told my whole life. Let me think about that.
There's a lot to reflect on. And you're learning from the instructors, but also from the experience.
Oh,
I mean, it's
100%. You are, when you're there, you are as much of a teacher to the group as I am. And I am not here to sit and do a lecture for 2 hours without anyone saying anything. I want it to be interactive.
Yeah. I know from my own experience with teaching, I mean, I do have a degree in teaching, but that's nothing compared to the experience that I've had getting the degree and also after. Right. So I think, it is great to get the piece of paper, but it's more than that. It's the whole experience and all the connections that I've made along the way. I'm guessing it's the same, all the connections that you'll make networking with other classmates and other teachers and all of that. So
yeah, I don't know. It's an Eastern saying of some sort, and what lineage, I'm not sure. But they say something to the effect of the menu and the meal are not the same, right? You can look at a menu and you can read this gorgeous item, and then you actually taste it, and it's the experience. So it's the experience while you're in teacher training, while you're starting on Zoom, and then while you're in Costa Rica for 2 weeks. And then that's just like the tip of the iceberg. Then you get into real worlds, and we are a close-knit group for those that want to keep in contact with us, that we're here to experience life with each other for years.
Nice. Well, this has been such a great conversation. We're going to continue this conversation in a few future episodes, so we hope you'll come back for those. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow along for more conversation with Meg. If you want to learn more about Body Poetic's 200-hour teacher training, it starts May 29th, and all of the information will be in the description box below. This program, like we said, is 3 virtual modules, Monday evening Zooms, which if you've never taken Meg's Monday classes through her website, megshubayoga.com, it's a real treat. It really is. You should check those out. And then, of course, 2 weeks in Costa Rica in July. And here's the thing. She offers payment plans, which is amazing. So the earlier you sign up, the smaller your monthly payments will be. So everything will be linked below. Make sure you guys check that out. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Vince.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.